Hello today and welcome back to Sky the Third. So we are here in chapter 5. We're about to finally begin exploration on the new plane. Let's go and do that. But first we gotta go all the way back to Layla Lodge and finally step through the portal that has arrived there. Alright, this is where Kevin whipped out his stigma, big hard, and this is our reward. Whoa! I thought I was ready after you guys told me what happened, but seeing the place you once trained like this is weird. So this warp thingy here is going to take us to the next plane? That's right. The next should be the 5th. Presumably the first of the more advanced game boards the Lord of Phantasma mentioned. We're going to be in for a really tough ride, aren't we? But hey, we've gone through plenty of those just fine. We can knock this one out too. I certainly hope so. Something wrong? No, but I do have a question. Why did you specifically put your name forward to accompany me? Huh? Is it really that big a deal? I can't think of any specific reason you could have to offer to support me. And yet, when making your request, your eyes were filled with determination and resolve. So it wasn't something you did on a whim. You don't mind my inquiry, do you? Nope, it wasn't a whim though, so you're right about that. It's just that I don't have some big special reason for doing it either. I guess I just wanted to give something back. What do you mean? Well, like Kevin did a lot for me back during all that trouble in Liberl. He bailed me out of trouble more times than I can count, and he helped Joshua deal with what was burdening him too. Now he's in trouble just like we were, so it's this thing where I found myself wondering whether there was anything I could do to help. Coming and backing you up was the best way I could do that. Estelle, that does make sense. I'm still not sure that I understand. I understand that you feel indebted to Kevin, but how does helping me go towards repaying that? Isn't that obvious? You're super important to him, aren't you? What? I'm not implying you're going out or anything. Just from all I've heard and seen since getting here, it seems like you basically view each other as family. I'm not wrong, right? No, you're right. Before all of this started, we hadn't met for almost 5 whole years. The only reason we met again at all was because of work. I'm not sure there's any bond between the two of us at all anymore. Yeah, I'm not buying that one. What's so funny? The connections between people deepen over time to become bonds. And once such bonds have formed, they can never be broken. However far apart those people may be, no matter where life may take them, those bonds will always exist in some way. Not my words, by the way. They're just something some old guy I know said to me a while back. And I happen to agree with him. Kevin was happy to entrust everything to you without a second thought, right? You were talking like you knew what he was thinking earlier too, about how he was going to tell us about his stigma. That's proof enough that there's still a strong bond between you. I wish I could be so confident. Still, I can understand why you wanted to come with me now. I appreciate it too. Thank you, Estelle. You're very welcome. I do have one more question though. It's something of a personal one, however. Like what? I'll answer if I can. This is a good chance to get to know each other. Alright. Forgive me if this sounds blunt, but do people often tell you that you're too soft for your own good? What? What are you laughing for? I think I have my answer. At least let me answer before making up your mind. Screw it. Let's get going. Right behind you. Where are we now? It seems to be another enclosed dimensional space. Luminous Labyrinth. Like a giant labyrinth of marble in a rift between dimensions. Or at least, that's how it appears. Yeah, This will be a blast to go through. We're gonna need to put our backs into this one. Indeed. And quite immediately, too. Huh? What? On your guard, everyone. These are dream spiders. They're foul beasts that devour people's dreams and replace them with nightmares. Well, this plane's off to an awesome start. Well, whatever. Let's kick some devil butt. Oh, our formation is super weird. Alright, greedy widows. Not exactly what she said they were. A very agile dream devil that looks like a spider. Its fangs contain deadly poison. And big dude is an incubus. A dream devil that appears in women's dreams. Steals energy and sometimes life. Well, I suppose it's kind of appropriate given that I brought 4 ladies with me. We're wrecking them though. Hey, you knocked that off. Don't spit at my son, girl.
Goddess, my thanks to thee.
I think that was the last of them. Phew, I'm pushed. So are those the kind of devils you were talking about back in the garden? More specifically, it's a subspecies of devils known as dream devils. They're said to specialize in attacking the mind, and I think we've confirmed that to be perfectly accurate. We're gonna need to put in more than our backs at this rate. How about we double check our equipment one last time before we head on? That certainly sounds wise. There's no such thing as being too cautious. Except there is, because I'm not gonna do that. I should touch this though. Get a little bit of my HP back. I have not equipped a cell with a good orbment. I forgot to do it. I had plenty of time to. I just forgot. That's okay.
Goddess, my thanks to thee.
Alright, let's poke around here. I believe there are a bunch of items scattered about. There are a lot of dead ends here. Oh, look, it's a grimoire. Oh, hold there. There we go. So these are them in their like very basic forms. Fiend that can assume the form of those it surveys. I can't remember if it actually has the ability to do that when it's already by its like plain self. Maybe that's its gimmick. Maybe it can copy one of your party members. I don't remember. Hey, look at this. Which door is this? This is Star Door 7, maybe? All may set foot within this door to lay claim to its rewards. However, you must first overcome a trial. Should this fail to deter you, open the door and step inside. No, not yet. So I take it this would be Star Door 7. Yeah, I need to be using the notebook more often instead of looking at the fast travel menu. So, Star Door 7 in the Labyrinth of Light. Just gotta fight a battle. So off the top of my head, I can't say for sure what's in that door, but I have a suspicion. And if my suspicion's correct, it will be similar in nature to the Salt Pail door. It won't be as like crazy bizarre as that shit is, but it'll be important world building information if I'm correct. But for now, let's keep exploring this place.
Well, that takes care of that.
And I believe we're going to find Star Door 8 on this path as well. I want to say it's in this chapter. We've been getting at least like a couple of doors, star doors, like every chapter. Oh, look at that ceiling stone. You can just straight up see it. Another part trails in the chest. Let's go get that ceiling stone. Who might that be? I think I might know who that is. Also, like, it's a good question, right? Because we're kind of running out of people at this point. You might be asking yourself, who is it? Like, don't we almost have just about everyone? This fucking enemy, man. I'm familiar with this archetype. It's just called Nightmare. A dream devil that looks like a horse. Destroys foes' minds and freezes them. It's sort of like a like unicorn dolphin. Take a good look at it.
go.
What do we got in here? Another lighter. 2 items. 3 items. 4 items. 5 items. 6 items. 7 items. 8 items. 9 items. 10 items. 11 items. 12 items. 13 items. 14 items. 15 items. 16 items. 17 items. 18 items. 19 items. 20 items. 21 items. 22 items. 23 items. 24 items. 25 items. 26 items. 27 items. 28 items. 29 items. 30 items. 31 items. 32 items. 33 items. 34 items. 35 items. 36 items. 37 items. 38 items. 39 items. 40 items. 41 items. 42 items. 43 items. 44 items. 45 items. 46 items. 47 items. 48 items. 49 items. 50 items. 51 items. 52 ite Someone used to keep his magazine stash in here. Who? Seriously, who? This is Phantasma. Maybe it was, Schwarzritter. Alright, we're over here now. The question is, where is here? Oh, I do have a map. Very kind that they give you maps in these, roads. Ah, screw this guy. I don't need to fight him. That's a weapon for Annalise, maybe? You hear some funky music playing from within the chest, but you do not see any instruments. Ah, that gave this guy a chance to attack me. Oh, my controller's doing that weird-ass thing where, I'm not getting, like, the default, option to attack. I don't know how to explain it. I need to mess with my, like, controller settings. Maybe it's, DS4 Windows screwing things up for me. I thought I had this issue fixed. Look at that. Look at that. Let's fight this guy. He looks super cool. Actually, he looks less cool when you get in battle. This is a poltergeist, an evil spirit that causes trouble in Petrify. Can split itself. Hard to hit. I should probably be trying to use arts, but this is fine.
Well, that takes care of that.
A lot of water, Sepith. Goodbye, Grimoire. You are not my problem. Alright, we're going down. And then back up. Is this where? No. This is not where the sealing stone was. Bunch of Sepith. There was once an heir. Once an heir? There was once an heir to a kingdom who allowed everyone a piece of meat. What the hell? A piece of meat from a boar and up of wine. Provided, of course, they found the way to his secret cellar underground. Finding it was no mine feat. Whoa. I'm gonna have to go back and reread that. Is that like a little riddle? A little play on words? Getting fancy on me? You bringing the mustard today, Xseed? My brain's not really in shape for that right now. Too busy thinking about crazy things that are going to be happening in this game in the near future. Crazy things in the next couple of doors we explore. The next few doors we explore, in fact. If we count the one we just found. Not to mention the Chloe Moon door, which has been kept to the side for a while. But we're very close to finding the next star door, which will have the content that ties in with that moon door. Cry into my chest. You know, when they wrote Cry For Me, Cry For You, they were talking about that chest. Hello, monument. So what's up with this? We got 3 transports. How about that? Oh, okay. So we got a door walk there. Then we got transport there. Transport there. Let's go backwards a little bit. So I came from that way, right? This was just the chest. And then we have one transport across the way. Well, let's go through that one first, and then we'll worry about the paths that are next to the monument. Alright. What does this look like? Looks like a straight shot to another transport. And over here... Oh, this is going to lead to that sealing stone we saw. This big guy. What are you? You are an archdevil, dream devil that slowly corrupts people. Its attacks are deadly, but beating it may pay off. Well then, let's do it.
Go.
Ah, it's so rad. It's like every bit of the Templar sword comes apart and starts attacking everywhere. Alright, let's look at still stuff. Why don't we go with the Supreme Hard Break? She's improved it.
Justice must always prevail.
Maybe they just mean the Sepith count's really high for beating that guy. I don't know what I got. Not like he dropped any cool items or anything. Though I imagine if I were at the correct level for this point in the game, maybe he'd give me a ton of experience. Another stone? Wow, that thing sure is pretty. Is it some kind of septium? No, It's what's known as a sealing stone. You were inside one just like this when we found you. I was? Are we gonna find someone in this one too? Without a doubt. You wouldn't happen to have any inkling as to who it could be, would you? Well, let me think. It would be wonderful if it was Brigadier General Bright, given his strength. But I suppose that may be a little too much to hope for. Yeah. It sounds as though there are a number of possibilities. And the fastest way to find out which one rings true is to take this back to the garden. Then let's go. Sounds good. I have a guess as to who it is. Well, that unlocks that door. There's still those two side paths that are next to that, though. We gotta check those out. Could be like another... Star Door 8 could be behind one of those, you know? What? That looks like... It couldn't be. Could it? You've gotta be kidding me. Yeah, I knew it. It's Richard. A stun grenade. Who goes there? Speak your name. What? I sure didn't see this coming. I presume you're all familiar with this man? All I can tell by the uniform is that he's from the Royal Army. Yes, we certainly are. I'm not sure what's going on here. Estelle? Joshua? And is that you, Your Highness? Yes, it is. It's good to see you again, Richard. I feel the same. The pleasure is all mine, Your Highness. I'm delighted to see you well and in good health. There's no need to stare at the floor when you're talking to me, you know? How have you been? Thanks to Her Majesty's extraordinary kindness, I've been doing very well. I hope you'll forgive me for asking. I'm afraid I don't quite understand the situation I found myself in. Would it be any trouble to request a brief explanation of where we stand? It would presumably be easier if I handled that. I don't believe we've met. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Ries Argent, a squire affiliated with Gralsritter. The Gralsritter? I see. It sounds as though the situation is even more abnormal than I thought. I suppose I should introduce myself as well. My name is Alan Richard. I was once a colonel in the Royal Army's Intelligence Division, as well as a traitor who attempted to instigate a coup d'etat. At present, however, I run the research agency RNA Research. Remember he said he was starting up a business back in Annalise's Star Door? Thank you. I think I have a solid grasp now. I wish I knew what else to say. What do you mean? As in, like, you're having trouble believing all of what we just told you? Well, part of me feels that way, yes. But that's not really it. The greatest doubt in my mind is simply, why me? Huh? I look at everyone here and I see comrades who know how to fight alongside one another to turn even the darkest of odds in their favor. Whether this turn of events was all the will of the goddess or someone else, I can't rightly say. From where I'm standing, you've already formed the perfect team for overcoming the obstacles before you. I guess so. I sure as hell don't want to work with her, though. I don't want her stupid rubbing off on me. Oh, you're gonna feel really stupid after I thwack your brains to mush. Not now, you two. If I may. I find it hard to understand how I, of all people, came to be here. Far from working together well with all of you, I'm a criminal who threatened both your lives and the safety of the nation in which we thrive. I can't help but feel my being here is a mistake of some kind. Still, you have helped us before, though. Like during the attack on Grancel, remember? You came to everyone's aid then. Yeah, that could have gone really bad if you and your men hadn't showed up to help when you did. They're right. Then there was the fact that you assumed responsibility for defending the city while all of us escorted Chloe to Hawken Gate. Yeah, you might have done some bad stuff in the past, but you're underselling yourself by saying you've never helped us before. Be as that may be, My good man, it's not as though you're the only one here who's performed terrible deeds. To use the occasion Joshua mentioned, while you valiantly defended Grand Cell, I was at Hawken Gate threatening Liberl's safety. And yet here I am, fighting alongside my friends without a care in the world. The best thing to do here, in my personal opinion, is relax. I'm not sure boasting about not having a care in the world is something you should be doing. I have a different perspective on those events, Your Highness. You were only threatening Liberl on the surface. You had no intention of actually doing anything. On the contrary, you were trying to protect it. The same can't be said for me. My conspiracy was of my own doing. Okay, but what about me? We were being used by you guys, yeah, but that doesn't change the fact that we were a bunch of sky bandits who even hijacked an airship. But Her Majesty was gracious enough to give us another chance at life, and we're trying to make the most of it running our new company. I don't think our positions are all that different, honestly. Well, you might have done things that you regret, but it's not the past that determines who you are, it's what you choose to do now. Exactly. And it'd be a huge help if we had someone as baller as you fighting with us, so please, we could really use your help. Are you sure, Annalise? Huh? You guys know each other? How did that happen? Oh, I went to visit your dad for something a while back, so that's when we met. Huh? Really? After all we've heard, I see no reason to refuse your company. If anything, we're eager to welcome you to our group with open arms, myself included. You could consider it aid given to the Gralsritter, if that would make you less adverse to the idea. What do you say? Very well, you have my support. Woohoo! I'm so glad you're with us. Thank you. I only hope I meet your expectations. Incidentally, there is one thing I would like to confirm first. What would that be? You said that you believe everyone to have been surrounded by that white light and sent here at roughly the same time. When that happened, were you all wearing the same clothes that you are now? What kind of question is that? Now that you mention it, how come you're wearing your military uniform? I was under the impression that you left the armed forces. That's right. Now the question makes sense. You were wearing something different when you were sent here, weren't you? I was. Currently I work out of an office in Ruan City, and since beginning work there, I have never once willingly worn my old uniform. When I was surrounded by that light, I was wearing a shirt and a pair of slacks as I normally do. And yet somehow, I find myself here in uniform. That's odd. It's not something that's happened to anyone else either. Oh, I have a thought. Perhaps the Lord of Phantasma decided the Colonel just wasn't sexy enough in anything else, and prepared that strapping uniform for him after bringing him here. Yeah, I don't think so. So in addition to the other billion ways they're a weird freak, they've got a military uniform fetish too? I couldn't entirely blame them if they did though. Same. I swear, girls these days. It's one of my favorite lines ever. Has no idea what's going on. That's not even a localization thing, by the way. That's actually how Falcom wrote it in Japanese too. Arrow and everything. Still, there's clearly got to be something to it. I get the feeling we're on the verge of a major breakthrough in working out how we ended up here. So do I. As well as what this place really is to begin with. Interesting. In that case, let's put the matter aside for now. Now that that's settled, then we should start getting ready to resume our investigation. Releasing Richard should hopefully have opened up a new path for us to follow. Oh yeah, we got Colonel Richard, or former Colonel Richard. What should we call him? I guess he's just Alan now, or you can call him Richard. So, yeah, he's playable. The second to last boss of the first game is playable. And let me tell you, Alan Richard is the most busted ass character in this entire arc. Holy shit, is he super broken and strong. He is so strong. It's ridiculous. So I'll worry about giving him like a better orbit later. It'll probably be built towards attack damage because his S-Craft is super busted. Let me see if I can go get him some CP. Probably can. Oh, I should also hit up the party members. They must have new dialogue now that Richard's with us. Is she asleep? Aw, look at her. She's so cute. Some of that CP drink. What's up, Zen? Man, I sure wasn't expecting Colonel Richard of all guys to be in a sealing stone. At this rate, it'll be Master Cassius in the next one. Hold up a sec. I ended up here despite being in Calvert, so maybe she could have even ended up here. Oh, he's getting his hopes up. He wants to see Kilika. Oh, if it ain't Estelle. Hey, you heard this thing about Annalise? Apparently she fought our buddy Colonel Richard here a while back. Whoa, really? Yeah, it's true. I wasn't expecting it to happen either. But it was just a friendly bout, so don't take it too seriously. It was just another of Brigadier General Bright's whims. Still, I saw no reason to object, so I was happy to put my swordsmanship to the test. Oh, right. Come to think of it, I fought you once before too, haven't I? Although that was a 4-on-1 battle, and even then we barely managed to scrape by with a victory. I can't say that occasion is an especially pleasant memory to me at this point. You earned your swordsmanship under the old man directly, right? I'd be down for a one-on-one fight against you if you are. I fear you're only setting yourself up for disappointment by comparing me to him. Let's see. I'd like to think I've become a bit stronger since I last fought the Colonel too. Maybe I should ask him for another match. What will it take to make everyone understand that I'm no longer a Colonel? Maybe changing some clothes. I like that Annalise doesn't bring up whether or not she won or lost. Although maybe that dialogue was unique for the fact that I lost, that he totally kicked my ass. Whoops. Tita said that she was feeling a little tired, you see. So I'm currently in the process of lulling her into a peaceful slumber with my sweet nothings. This just feels like a crime in the making. I haven't the faintest clue of what you are all accusing me of. I always put the ladies in my life above all else. Yeah, that's exactly the problem. Aww, look at her. Aww. Huh? Now I feel bad we woke her up. Aww, looks like she's having a little nap. She was the first person we released from a sealing stone, incidentally. She must be exhausted. I think we should let her rest then. Yeah, you're right. Let's see here. I have an idea. A very sinister idea. Get over here, Agate. Come on, unique Agate dialogue. Where are you? Makes sense. Guess we should just let her rest. Aw, I was hoping for more than that. Oh well. Alright, let's not be mean and wake her up. Actually, let's talk to everyone again. Man, I sure wasn't expecting Colonel Richard of all. I think this is the same thing. Oh no, wait, did we establish that their dialogue like resets when you change characters in a single screen? That might be what's happening here. Yeah, it seems like it is. Agate's giving him the stare. He's like, don't you dare do anything to her. Still, her adorable sleeping face does wonders to stimulate my paternal instincts. Perhaps I should ask her to call me Let me try that again. Perhaps I should ask her to call me Daddy after she wakes up. Oh, I was hoping for something out of Agate. Is this really paternal instincts? I don't think it is. I think it's sibling instincts. Oh, that... I think that's maybe the best anything's ever gotten me in any of these playthroughs. Because usually I know, like, jokes pretty well. I remember, like, the main ones that appear in the main scenario. Especially Ollie ones. I know a lot of his punchlines. That one I've missed before, though. I've never read that one, so that got me pretty good. Okay. That's just so you don't do something that you're going to regret later on. Get over here. Alright, let's go find Chloe. Actually, let's take Richard off and put on Zen and see if we can figure out where Richard's supposed to be right now. Gotta remember to put Zen back on at the in the support role. Does he come over here potentially? No. He hangs out somewhere else. No one ever goes there, apparently. I think that platform just exists for you to get the carryover bonus. Let's try the tree. Maybe Richard's talking to, like, Julia and Mueller or something. See? He's over here. What's he doing? This place is full of peculiar things. It appears to be a dimensional space of its own. You still finding all this hard to take in? Oh, it's you, Estelle. You could put it that way, yes. I fear it's going to take me a while longer to come up with an effective enough plan to conquer this place. Conquer? There was me thinking you might still be trying to process the situation you're in, but you're already one step ahead. That's our colonel. As I believe I have told you several times already, I'm not a colonel anymore. I'm not even part of the army anymore. Oh, oops. You're running a research company for civilians these days, right? Indeed. We're still a relatively insignificant startup, though. We operate out of a small office in Rouen. The only employees at present are myself and Kanone. What? Captain Almathea is working with you too? Somehow I can't imagine her sitting behind a desk doing normal people work. I suppose that's hardly surprising. Still, she's also changed since the coup. We've been living a rather relaxed life since our new business began. Really? I can believe it though. You've got this whole different aura about you now. Maybe this was actually the right career choice for you after all. I certainly hope so. Regardless, returning to work is just another reason I can't afford to remain here any longer than necessary. We need to strive to return to our world as soon as possible. Yeah, agreed. We'll be counting on you, Colonel. Did that entire conversation fly right over her head? So our latest ally is the former Royal Army officer, Colonel Richard, is it? I've heard many great things about his skill in battle and espionage, as well as his intellect. He doesn't sound like the kind of man I would want as an enemy. This is my first time meeting Richard ever since he officially left the army. I'd heard his company's name mentioned on a number of occasions since then too. Oh, really? Maybe it's doing pretty well for itself then. Both General Morgan and Brigadier General Bright did their best to stop Richard from leaving the army when he made his decision to do so. No one denies that he made a mistake, but he was an exceptionally skilled soldier, and the military is worse off without him. I've heard rumors that Brigadier General Bright hasn't given up on bringing him back into the ranks yet, even. You've got to be kidding me. He really doesn't believe in giving people a break, does he? This world we are in clearly operates by its own set of rules, and as such, it seems reasonable to conclude that they exist because it was created for a specific purpose. If I can work out what that purpose is, I may be able to think of an effective way of conquering it, but therein lies the real challenge. Same dialogue? Same dialogue? Same dialogue. Anyone down here? We still gotta catch Joshua and Josette, who are undoubtedly back with Kevin. I might be forgetting someone as well. And right, this is not the start of a new chapter, so there shouldn't be any like new surprises in here, like books or anything. Kind of feels like it is the start of a new chapter because like the second we came into it, I went off and did like 3 doors. Oh right, I forgot Shara. My bad. He seems to be doing fine now. Fortunately for us, he's one tough cookie, so he should be up and about in no time. Don't you dare take one step closer to Joshua wearing that skimpy as hell outfit. Just because you are blessed with bombastic boobs doesn't mean you gotta go showing them off 24/7. What? What the hell, Josette? Chill. Also, that's not your place to be defending him. Richard's circumstances are notably different from the rest of us who ended up here. There's gotta be some kind of underlying reason why that was the case. It can't just be random. If we can work that out, I have this feeling we'll be able to get significantly closer to knowing just how this world works. It's just a case of connecting the dots. He looks a lot better compared to before. Indeed. Don't you worry, MK. He'll be fine. I can promise you that he's in good hands. Damn it! Why is life so unfair? I have a feeling that if we work out why Richard arrived here how he did, we'll be able to get closer to knowing just how this world works. It's just a case of connecting the dots. I think that's everyone, but I gotta reform my party. So let's get Colonel Richard back.
Understood.
And how about Annalise, since they're kind of buddy-buddy now. Alright, and I gotta put on, yeah, my support. Let's see, let's go with Zen. Zen's good support. And now we, right, I already put on his weapons, right? So now we gotta go back to 5th plane and the midpoint. Now we take the side pass and see what's over there. Alright, where does this lead us? This might be an item or something, yeah. Go, Richard. Aw, what a lame way to debut him. Starts off with a frickin' miss. Mirage Ring. Your secrets are safe with me. I don't trust you, Chess. You could even protect that Mirage Ring. Let's try the other side. Come on, door. But maybe item. Door? Nope. Item. I just realized that we have two 8-leaf fighters with us now. I'll give you 1,000 mira if you give back what you took. Nah, the long barrel 3 is a decent accessory. I'm pretty sure it goes for more than 1,000 mira. Alright, let's continue. Anything behind this thing? It looks really ominous too. Look at these like turquoise floating things to the sides. Ooh. This is the umbral labyrinth. Yeah, this area in particular is very reminiscent of the what's it called? Like the enclosed spaces or whatever, the altered space inside the Tetrasilic Towers. All right, so that's the exit. I imagine we're gonna find items over here. Here you go, Richard.
Goddess, my thanks to thee.
What we got? Crest Charm, Trails in the chest. Avoid this poltergeist. More Sepith. Very useful. Start a new game. Easy, normal, hard, nightmare, other nightmare. It's your funeral's funeral. Alright, big circular area. Okay, so there's no up from here. That's just the map overlapping on itself. But it looks like there are two ways out here, so I need to go to the bottom path first. I imagine this warp down here is going to lead to either item or door. I want to say Star Door 8's going to be on this umbral path. But that's just kind of like, I don't know, taking a shot in the dark. I could be super wrong about that. I'm pretty sure there's an area shaped exactly like this in Sky, in 2nd chapter, in the altered spaces. Maybe not exactly, but pretty close to it. Interesting. So is this going to lead to another warp point? So maybe this was progress. If that's the case, let's head back. Because doesn't this path also lead to progress? They seem to both be kind of correct. I'm not quite sure how this is going to work. Well, we got this. Social Bomb. I know I don't have hands, but I want to hold yours. Aw. I'd hold Ries's hand. Just on a nice, innocent, like, date in the park. Assuming Kevin doesn't, like, go full stigma on me. My favorite thing about Ries is the stare, though. I love the Ries stare. Another one of these. Get away from me. Love the Ries stare. So powerful. Can't be stopped. Even the power of the 5th Dominion cannot resist the stare.
Oh, pitiful souls, may you rest in...
Alright, where does this go? Oh, I ended up over here, which ends up going to this path. We're going to have to backtrack and go through that other route. Damn it. You bastards. Get up, anyways. Great.
That was easy.
He has a cool victory animation. Destiny card. Can you tell this treasure was outsourced? Alright, let's go down here. What are you protecting? Let's try Heartbreak. Yeah, get all 3. I missed one, though. Alright, Richard, time to do your stuff. Thankfully, the big guy's close enough for a luminous wheel to hit him as well. Alright. Oh, damn it. Had she not been KO'd, I would have had CP there. Take this. It's a big sword. Okay. You know, after about 1,000 of these, you get one of those. You get one. Maybe there's a secret meaning to it. I don't know. Maybe I should ask someone. Is there a code to the gibberish chest inside the umbral? What's it called? Umbral Labyrinth. This treasure chest was supposed to have a witty saying, but we drew a blue blanc. Shut up! I hate that. Oh, I hate it. That worked out really well because I actually didn't see the punchline as I was reading it. Like, my eyes didn't catch what the end of the sentence was. So, like, it actually hit me naturally. I was like, oh, bastards. Fell for it. It actually worked. Hey, Sealing Stone. What is that? Well, that kind of gives it away, doesn't it? I forgot that happens. Potter Modder? I feel like I saw that in the Lakeside Laboratory Ouroboros was using. This is the archaism that appeared in Rancel, yes? It looks to me to be a large archaism used by Ouroboros. Your reactions say there's more to it than that, however. You could say that, yeah. Let's go get that stone. Just walk away. No, Estelle would be very upset if we did that. After all this time, we finally found you. You must have spent a long time looking for the person inside. Then we shouldn't keep you waiting any longer. Let's hurry back to the garden and release them right away. Yeah, thanks, Ries. Are they actually gonna... Nope. I'm sorry, Estelle, but we're not doing that right away because we have more to explore. I need a good, like, checkpoint. Is that all that's over here? Was this entire path to go find that stone?
Goddess, my thanks to thee.
Have you seen those chests from Erebonia? They're all the strong. See, they did the joke twice. The Erebonian chests are strong and silent. They don't have messages. See, they can make that joke because this localization came out after Cold Steel 1 and 2 did in English. Yeah, that's all that was over here was that sealing stone. And we found Stragas, so Estelle must be, like, thrilled out of her mind. Okay, so that means this wasn't progress, and that other route at the bottom of the big circle was... Get away from me, Grimoire. So as soon as I find something that'll checkpoint me, be it a door or a monument, then we'll go back and release that stone.
We're good to go.
God, I'm getting tons of Sepith. Hopefully that means I can make all the quartz I want once we get into like the last chapter. But I believe with this stone, we have every party member in the game. So yeah, no Cassius. Cassius ain't gonna happen. Neither is like Kurt or Karna or Grant. I know you're just devastated we're not gonna get to play as Grant. But yeah, we have our final person. Miss me, you dumb bastard. I feel like I did this exact, like, runabout the first time I played the game as well. I seem to recall doing this exact thing of finding this stone, but not going right back and having to, like, circle back through this direction. Getting a strong sense of deja vu right now. Alright, so this is where we kind of, like, peeked our head into, right? Alright, let's find out what's here. I imagine we're not too far away from whatever the boss encounter for this plane is. Let's go up there and get that chest. Heck, sorry, I've got a bit of a chesty cough. Shut up. I'd be more amused by that if I had, like, not just gotten over a cough. It's a sun door. Oh, I know what sun door this is. To choose left or to choose right. Only the cards know what the future holds. If you wish to step inside, present the card that governs fate. I have that card? Oh, is that what the Destiny card was? Items. Cube, Sealing Stone, Bobcat Key, Treasury Key, I mean, I'm not seeing anything in, I think that's what that does, though. Or was it an accessory? I know we picked that up and I didn't really think about it too much. No, it is an accessory. I don't know what's causing this door to open. Oh, I can look in the Gralsrider notebook. I'm stupid. Present the card that governs fate. So maybe it's that accessory, but let's look at the Gralsrider notebook. Sundoor 4. Oh, apparently it only opens up, or it only fills out that bit of the notebook after you actually step inside. You see that, like, in the notebook, it says, like, answer? Like, it'll denote what it is that caused the door to open. Usually a character. But okay, good. We found that. We found the monument. That door doesn't open until we go back and unleash the stone, though. So let's do that. I do know it's in that sun door, though. That's a minigame I'm familiar with. can't believe it. It really is Ren. It looks like she's fast asleep. Papa, Mama, why? Ren. Where am I? Oh, this is just a dream. Ren. Estelle? Joshua and Tita too? What a nice dream this is. Ren! Oh! Oh, silly Estelle. You're supposed to be older than me. You shouldn't be acting like a clingy child. You're so warm, though. And you smell so nice. It's almost like this isn't a dream at all. What's going on? Ren, this... What are you doing here? No, never mind that. What am I doing here? It's okay, Ren. I'm going to explain now, so try and stay calm, okay? You see, we're not sure how it... Don't come any closer! If you take another step towards me, I will kill you! I'll try and handle this, Estelle. Do you mind taking a step back? Okay. I'm happy to see you again, Ren. How have you been all this time? How's that any of your business? You're just as bad as Estelle is, Joshua. Why won't you two leave me alone and stop following me around? I figured you must have noticed. You're right. For the past few months, we've been traveling around trying to find you. We're in Crossbell at the moment, too. Are we getting warmer? You're in Crossbell? Why? Why do you want to find me so much? We just want a chance to talk with you. We heard from a reliable source that you haven't been back to Ouroboros since we last fought. Is that true? What's that got to do with either of you? All I want is to be left alone. I don't want to talk to either of you. I don't even want to see you. So why won't you just leave me be? Because... Sorry, Ren. This one's on me. Ever since you flew off, I haven't been able to get you off my mind. I've been getting Joshua to look into where you might be, and we've been going around chasing down every possible lead. But that's why I'm so happy to finally be able to see you again like this. But... Oh, I get it now. You're lying, aren't you? Really, all of that's just a cover for the fact that you're trying to capture me. What? Sorry to disappoint you, but I only know about as much as Joshua does about Ouroboros. Even if you catch me, you're not going to get anything useful out of me. And even if I did know lots of dirty secrets, I wouldn't tell you. I bet you feel really stupid for wasting your time now. Wait a second, that's not... Or are you going to try your luck anyway? You sure brought a lot of familiar faces for backup. Even I might have trouble taking on this many people at once. But I'm confident I'll leave at least a few of you headless before I end up beaten. Ren? You've got to be kidding me. What are we supposed to do, Shara? Don't ask me. This doesn't look good. Well, I think I know who you are now. Ouroboros Enforcer number 15, the Angel of Slaughter, correct? You certainly do know me. I don't know you, though. Are you a knight of the church? Yes, I'm Ries Argent, a squire. And while I may not be familiar with your circumstances, would it hurt to behave less like a self-centered child? Excuse me? Did you just call me a self-centered child? From what I've heard, your intelligence and deductive reasoning have few peers. That led to you joining Ouroboros, obtaining both the current rank and abilities you now have. So unless I'm wrong, I find it very hard to believe you haven't already figured out that this isn't a trap we've set to capture you. And yet you still expect us to waste our time and humor your little temper tantrum? So yes, I did call you a self-centered child. Ries. Damn, she sure doesn't mince words. My, you're a brave one, aren't you, miss? Did I hear a lowly squire like you trying to provoke an enforcer like me? You must really want to end up splattered all over the floor. I could say the same to you. I have no idea why everyone else here regards you favorably, but I, for one, have no interest in being friends with someone from Ouroboros. So if a battle is what you want, I will be more than happy to oblige. Oh no! Ries? A Templar sword, huh? Those can certainly be a rude awakening in the right hands. Of course, everyone else who's ever tried to challenge me with one ended up being quite predictable after a while. Before long, they were all begging me for mercy like pigs about to be slaughtered. It was ever so pitiful. I can't wait to hear you do the same. Rin? No! Do you actually want to fight? Or do you only intend to stand around trying to sound threatening? I suppose that is enough talking. Come on, you two! Both of you, stop it! Tita? Hey, wait a sec. Why are the two of you so desperate to try and fight when you know you don't really want to? Ren, you were trying to make it sound like you don't care about Estelle and Joshua, but deep down you're happy to see them again, and you know it. And Ries, you've already realized that Ren's not actually a bad person. It doesn't matter that she's from Ouroboros. Well, I'm happy? Of course I'm not. Why would I possibly be? Then why did you look so happy when Estelle hugged you? Right up until the moment you realized this was all real, you were acting like it was the best dream you'd ever had. And now you're saying you don't want to talk to them? That you don't want to see them? Hold on a minute, Tita. And that's not true at all. And that's not true at all, so just admit it. Sweetie, I swear, she just cut my life short about 10 years. What the hell was she thinking? Look at you, honestly. I thought you were a year older than me, you know? Yet here you are crying away. You're not setting a very good example. I can't help it. What am I supposed to do when you guys finally see each other again and all you do is end up fighting? That's just too sad. Aw, Tita. Hey! What are you crying for? Why did you have to... You know the answer to that already, Ren. It's because she likes you. She does? Hey, Ren. I know we've still got our differences, but how about we put all of that aside and call a truce for now? A truce? As I'm sure you can tell, we're in the middle of a really messy situation right now. And however you got here, you've ended up being dragged right into it with us. I'd say it's in all our best interest to work together, at least until we get out of here anyway. What do you say? That's certainly true. There's still plenty we don't know about our predicament. Having someone with your intellect on our side may well help us to fill in the remaining blanks. In fact, I would greatly welcome your assistance. Yeah, I'm with the Colonel. I'm not a Colonel, Estelle. Regardless, I think it would be in your best interest to work with us too. Cooperating will allow you to gather information more efficiently, as well as make it easier for you to ensure your own safety. That's true. It's obvious that wherever we are, it's somewhere abnormal. So it goes without saying that having me around would be a big help to all of you. Alright. Out of respect for Tita's bravery, I'll spare you all this time. Fill me in on exactly what's going on here. Oh! Thanks, Ren. Just so we're clear, I haven't decided whether I'm going to work with you or not yet. All I'm promising is to listen to your explanation of what's happening. Then I'll decide if I'll help. I see. I think I've got a pretty good idea of what's going on now. Whoever chose this place's name couldn't have picked a better one, could they? What? Have you figured something out that we hadn't? Possibly. I'm still not completely certain yet. But I'm relatively confident in my theory after hearing the Colonel's story, though. Me? My own experience was the same as everyone else's, ending up here after being surrounded by a sudden white light. But you say you weren't wearing your uniform when it happened to you, right, Colonel? How many times must I... Well, whatever. I wasn't. As I explained to everyone when I first arrived, I was wearing a shirt and slacks, as I do every other day at work. Right, just checking. So then, tell me something. Would you say you have quite a strong emotional attachment to that uniform? Pardon? Oh, that's a definite yes. It's a symbol of your past. The past you can't quite move on from, even though you need to. Am I right? Yes, you are. Richard. It's no surprise you feel that way from my perspective. And lo and behold, the moment you appeared in this world, you were wearing that very same uniform again. Whatever do you think that could mean? That would mean when I arrived here, my attachment to that past ended up being manifested as a reality. In other words, this world is capable of changing based on people's thoughts. Oh. Now it makes sense. Not to me it doesn't. Can you explain it in slightly less complicated terms for the rest of us? It's actually a really simple thing. You remember how Luciola used the gospel to make you experience a dream, right? Right. The dreams we saw were different depending on what we wanted to see, too. Of course, unlike that, this isn't a dream. But the concept is basically the same. Anyway, just like in Luciola's dream worlds, this world changes depending on what the people inside it want. It also appears to recreate places that exist in their memories, too. It all falls into place nicely once you simplify it, doesn't it? So it does. It explains the monuments we've encountered and how the doors work, too. Still, while that explanation may explain the contents of this world, I find it hard to believe that any of us would desire the predicament we found ourselves in. Oh, I don't disagree. We're not the only ones here, though, are we? Oh. So in other words, many of the contents of this world exist because of us, but its overall structure is the result of someone else within it? From what I can gather, yes. What exactly is making all of this possible is the part I'm still puzzling over. Making people's wishes reality was the purpose of the Ariel, but now that's been lost, and I can't think of anything else capable of doing the same. I think it's easy for all of us to point the finger at who wished for this world to behave the way it does, at the very least. The Lord of Phantasma. Exactly. Based on everything that's been said, they weren't in this world originally. That was just the ghosts you've encountered. Until the Lord of Phantasma, she simply watched over this place from this garden here. But then they showed up, stole her power, and started remaking the world according to their own whims. The result is what we're stuck in right now. Well, what do you think? Wow! Damn, it feels like you just popped your head and solved all these crazy mysteries like they were nothing. It's certainly impressive. Even I hadn't been able to deduce quite that much. You really are a genius, friend. I'm sure you could have worked this out if you really put your mind to it, Joshua. Unless the cell's stupidity is actually contagious and rubbed off on you. Well, that's not very nice. I'm pretty sure that's not the case. Deary me. Either way, it sounds like this Lord of Phantasma person likes games just as much as I do. And without me, I don't know if you'll be able to beat them, so I suppose I'd better lend you all a hand. I hope you're all very grateful. Yeah, sure. It's nice to have a cutie like you on board, Ren. Well, now that that's settled, it's time to use that cube to take us back to the 5th plane so we can move on. Now that we've gotten closer to working out what's going on, we should be able to move on to the next part of the game board now. I'm guessing our opponent's ready to make their next move too. Someone's confident. Still, have it your way. It's not as though we have any option other than to press on. I'm expecting we'll encounter a devil at the end of this plane, just like we have all the others. We should only move on when we're sure we can handle it. Aw, I could really do without the extra trouble. Then again, I am kind of curious what these devils are like in reality. Would you like to come and have a look with me, Tita? I'm not sure just the two of us going would be such a good idea. Aw, she was so opposed to being with us earlier, but look at her now. Yeah, I'm really glad she came around. Hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to her while we're in here too. Yeah. Form your party. Let's go with Ren.
Leave it to Ren.
And let's keep Richard.
Adequate performance.
All right, we got to stop for now. When we pick up next time, we talk with everyone in the Hermit's Garden. We'll also talk to Ren. And, so we should go check out some doors, right? I like to do the doors at the start of videos because it lets me like control the pacing a little bit better, so that we don't do that thing we've done like a couple times where we stop like in the middle of cutscenes and whatnot. So we'll check out. Let's see. We found that one star door. I want to hold off on that. So we'll check out that sun door we found. We'll see what that new mini game is all about. See you guys in the next one.